Hey team, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to preface this video with, if you're looking for a good run or a run that goes well, this is not the video for you. If you watched my Snowdonia vlog, you'll have seen that that route was so good. It had challenging parts. I felt really strong, it went really well. And then my long run this week just went terribly. And I debated whether or not to edit and put this one out. I put a poll on Instagram and it was a resounding yes. Edit it, put it out. It's good to see the runs that don't go so well and reminds everyone, you know, we're all human. Why do dogs wait to scratch and lick and everything and chew on bones and stuff at the time when you need quiet? Here's dog one enjoying a little snooze in her den bed. And here is dog two. Just wants a fuzz. A good reminder that not every run goes to plan. Some of them go catastrophically bad, and this is one of them. I was also battling with Storm Aisha, so the stars did not align for me on this run. I'd gone on a long hike in the Brecon Beacons on Saturday, which meant that I was up before 4 AM again. I was running in a storm. It was the first week of my cycle. I've done maybe 6 weeks now where all of my long runs have been over 3 hours, and so I think it's really, the fatigue is building. I was slightly underfueled and probably underhydrated. I wouldn't say dehydrated, but underhydrated, and it just did not go to plan. In fact, on the run, I even sent my coach a really tragic voice note. Listen to this.
Brad, I am tired today. Body is just like, whoa, sure. I'm out here doing it. It's not going to be the most productive run you've ever seen in your life. I'll be out for 4 to 5 hours. How far I accomplished in that, because I'm hiding behind a bush right now. Not like some weird creep, but the wind is savage. So I'm staying inland for a bit and then I'm running back along the coast, so elevation might be a little bit more than on the plan, but at the same time I just need to see the sea for my soul because I feel like I've woken up without one. Yeah, anyway, see you in a bit, bye.
So that was a voice note I sent to my coach. I was max 15 minutes into my run. I didn't end up, well, you'll see what happens on the run. Tragic is the only way I would describe it. And just to back up my decision around running on the coast, generally speaking, just inland from the coast here tends to be windier than the actual coastal path. Like, I'll go out on a really windy day, be battered by the wind inland, and then I'll run along the coastal path home, and it's so calm. So that was my rationale around the decision making there. You'll see I make various decisions along the way on the run, but I think it's really easy on social media to make it look like training towards 100k like this. It's not just a normal 100k, it's 104 kilometres, 6,500 metres of elevation. I could be running for 32 hours and I could make the training look easy, only show my good runs, but then it makes it really, really unrelatable to anyone that is struggling. So hopefully, whilst this isn't all sunshine and rainbows, hopefully it just helps us all feel a little bit more human. So if you don't want to watch a bad run, leave now. But if you're sticking around, give it a like, subscribe below, and I would say hope you enjoy, but I don't know if that's the right phrase. Grab a cuppa, it's a terrible run. I'm not ready for this today.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday, January the 21st, and this is the last thing I want to be doing today, but I've got 4 to 5 hours to run and it is so windy. I'll be honest, I'm quite tired today. Last weekend we obviously had the Snowdon Recce, so ended up being like 33k on our feet for 7 hours. So I did Snowdon twice, did an extra like 10k around it,
And then rest day Sunday, straight back into running. Monday, strength Tuesday, run Wednesday, strength Thursday, rest Friday. And then yesterday I was up at just before 4 to drive to the Brecon Beacons for a hike with my friend, just chasing some more elevation and mountain terrain. So we were up there in the snow again, which is beautiful, but I'm knackered because then drove back in the same day, up at 6 this morning to go out for my run, and my body is just telling me we've done a lot lately and I'm quite tired. But the beauty of time on feet is there's no set distance to be running. It's just run for 4 to 5 hours. If I'm honest, it's going to be closer to the 4 than the 5, but that is also the beauty of coach setting a time window, so that what I do still feels like an achievement and that I've still ticked a box. So let's go. So today's item for a real food test is a tortilla wrap with almond butter and jam. So I then cut it in half, so then I've got 2 of those to try today. I think the bite of the tortilla wrap might just be too much for my jaw problems, and we'll see. I think the soft white bread is definitely the answer, but we've just got nice bread in and I didn't really want to cut the crust off a tiger bread, so thought I'd try a tortilla wrap and just see how that gets on. Oh, I definitely overdressed. I took the dogs out to the bathroom this morning. I thought, oh my god, it's so cold. And obviously the wind, but now that I'm moving, I'd got a vest, a long sleeve, a quarter zip and a windbreaker on, and I just had to get rid of the quarter zip. Kept the windbreak because the wind is still like savage out here, but yeah, delayed a little bit. Like it's very windy, but it's not like a harsh cold wind. Such a hard one. Like, I've just woken up in the completely wrong headspace and I'm really struggling to get into it today. I'm half an hour in and I've got another like 3.5 hours to go, and I think, gosh, okay, great. My last couple of videos, it's been like, yeah, like sure, like routes go not to plan. Last week we had the logistics of ice to work around, but I mean it's stunning, but today I'm struggling, and I think it's important to show that it's not always easy. All I want to do right now is turn right back around again. I just passed a dead sheep. Okay, I'm on a bit more of a runnable trail now. It's progressively going downhill, which does mean I've got more uphill coming, but I can finally get into a bit of a rhythm and like, oh. This has got to be the least inspiring content to ever exist. Like, who needs to sit and watch a whiny runner complain about a bad run that they're choosing to go out and do? Oh, honestly, like, the maths just doesn't add up. I'll be honest, work has been very stressful and really quite emotional since returning after Christmas. And like that's been really affecting me, and then obviously lack of sleep and everything. That's definitely playing in. And from just so many early starts and going off and adventuring and stuff, like it all adds up if it's what you're doing all the time. And you know, like I'm not a pro runner. I don't even make content like for a living. You know, supplements, but I do all of this and all of my running outside of a full-time job as well, so I can go off and adventure in all my time to like fill my free time with what I really want to be doing, but I've still got to get up and go to work and everything. And you know, that's the deal with, you know, most people, but like I think especially when you see people out doing big races like this and then documenting it online and everything, I think it's easy to get caught up in thinking that like this is what I get to do with all of my time, but honestly the early starts don't stop. The sleep doesn't get caught up with. I'll be completely honest, when I said to the coach that I had the Snowdon Recce last week and then I was heading to the Brecon Beacons this week, I kind of hoped that my hike in the Brecon Beacons yesterday would sub out my long run for this week, and that would be my time on feet effort. But alas, here we are, doubling up. It was like a 3-hour hike yesterday. Honestly, it got blizzardous at times, and then out it's going to be like 4 hours today. I'm not doing 5. Honestly, what is wrong with me, Charlotte? Get it for real. Okay, so I'm right by Ringstead Bay, and I just ran down this path that said footpath to the beach. Then I jump onto it and then go to Osmington, head towards Weymouth. I've just made it to the bottom. Lovely run downhill. And then right by the gate, on the other side of the gate, there were lambs and their mums, and I'm not about to make them feel threatened, so I'm actually working my way right back up the hill, and I'll find a different way down. But yeah, it's their home, not mine, so let's just leave them to it. But while we're here, I don't know if you can see, up on the top of that cliff, there's a house and a building, so I've just been just along from that house, like by that house over there, up on that cliff where you see the little building at the top. That is essentially where, once I loop around, that's where I'll end up running on the way back. Just found a new footpath that I've not been through before, and it's lovely. Okay, I'm not making any promises, but I think an hour and 25 minutes in and my mood might be shifting. Let's keep these crossed. That'd be so nice, wouldn't it? Okay, so I've joined on to the coastal path now. Yeah, I'm an hour and a half in, and I'm just going to run in this direction for another half an hour and then turn around, because I'm going to go back home along the coastal path, which will take me along a stretch that's called the roller coaster, and you'll see why. And so I think it's going to take me potentially longer, I don't know, longer to get home than it did to get out here, but again, we'll see. These are so messy. These are my tortilla jam and almond. I just don't think I've got it in me to have sticky fingers for the next 2.5 to 3 hours, so they can be a snack when I get home. So a failed test with that today. I think I'll just stick to the jam sandwiches. Nope, change plans. Nope, mood has not changed. I'm not running in that way for another half an hour. I've turned around. I'm heading back towards home, so it's taking me about an hour and a half to get here. There'll be more elevation on the way back, so it might be about 2 hours, so I might get to about 3.5, 4 hours. We'll see. Basically, I'm at a point in my head where if I carry on towards Weymouth, I have a funny feeling Mark's going to get a phone call to come and get me, because it's just going to go. So at least if I feel like I'm making progress to get back home, then I'm onto something. But whether this turns into more of a hike, honestly the pace of this run is shocking. If this turns into more of a hike going up the cliffs and stuff, then so be it. It's still a big weekend. I think first day of my cycle just really isn't helping, along with tiredness, stress, underfueling, lack of sleep. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a terrible run,
and sometimes I can get myself out of that, but from the second I woke up this morning, there's just been no shifting it. I thought I'd managed to claw it back in that woodland traily bit, but no. It's time. So those gusts got gusty, so I've come back away from the coastal path and back onto the really uninspiring route that I ran on the way out. Like, there's no way this is going to break 4 hours. Like, my pace is nearly like 8 kilometres. What? My pace is like nearly 8 minutes per kilometre, like average across the whole thing. I don't think I can really call it a run, and I'm on my way home, and it's not even gonna, it'll break 3 hours, it certainly won't break 4, and I'm just having to come to terms with the fact that my best today is not good enough, but it's what I've got today.
So there we have it. It was a terrible run. I've got to check in with my coach tomorrow and we'll just chat about it. I'm feeling a lot better now. Originally when I got home from that run, you'll see it ended very abruptly because I was just over it and I just needed to get home. I did have to pass the dead sheep for a second time back on that route, so that was also not very nice. I got home, bawled my eyes out to my partner, and yeah. And then I made the mistake on the way back of looking at my plan for this week to see if I had to deload, and I've got a double run weekend instead. So that made me cry more, but I'm feeling better about it now. I feel prepared. I have learnt things around, you know, fueling. I'm normally really good at fueling, and it's annoying that I didn't get it right this week, but lots of things were coming into play. Double run weekend this weekend, I'll bring you with me. It is a case of doing my first one in the afternoon of the first day, my second one in the morning of the second day to close the window. I'm doing both of those runs in, so I am purposefully fatigued for that. So I'll take you with me and I'll see you then.